The sounds of apologetic heartbeats has been my life's anthem since the day I was born. Raised by a single mother is now this 26-year-old monument of a man who is afraid of commitment, who is afraid of falling in love, or shall I say, who is afraid of anything that has to do with responsibility. Before I go any further, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to give a big shout out to all the women that are in the room, the single mothers and the mothers as a whole. Gentlemen, can you please help me to give them a big round of applause? Thank you for that. Now back to our topic, the complexities of fatherlessness. This is a topic, or shall I say an epidemic, that's bringing economies to their knees. That's bringing societies to tears. Ladies and gentlemen, according to recent statistics that were conducted in the United States, 81% of the teen pregnancies that are out there are directly or indirectly related to fatherlessness. 80% of the young boys and young girls that we see on the streets are from fatherless homes. And 71% of the men in the penal system or in the prison system, shall I say, are from fatherless homes. But should it be like that? Why are fathers giving up on their families? Some are even running away at the first sight of pregnancy. That is today's reality. That alone, ladies and gentlemen, is going to cripple generations to come. How, you might ask? Well, did you know that if a girl child was in a fatherless homes, her chances of her actually ending up in the streets, forgive me for using strong terminology, but the chances of her being loose are 3 times more as compared to someone who was raised by both parents. There is a common epidemic that is being found in girl child in today's world, and that is PTSD, post-traumatic trauma disorder. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is the kind of disease that is destroying the girl child. She needs attention, so where does she go and find it? She goes to older men. Yet they will give her the attention she needs, but with praying eyes. They will take her dignity without a second thought. And let's take a look at the boy child. The boy child, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the most affected people in today's society from the topic of fatherlessness. The boy child mainly is suffering from ADHD, attention deficit hyper disorder. Well, growing up in a room where you have feminine energy, it is not a bad thing, but there are certain things that can only be taught by a man. There are certain things or certain energies that are derived from a man. How do you expect me to show love? How do you expect me to respect women when I never saw a man actually respect my mother? How am I supposed to do that? In today's society, ladies and gentlemen, the people that are born between the years of 2000 up until 2005, if I'm not mistaken, in Zimbabwe they're famously known as the Ama2K. They are said to be the hardest people to work with in every work setting. Their work setting is low. Why is that, ladies and gentlemen? They crave attention. They have an unsociable appetite for accomplishment. So they are trying to impress you by all means. And the people that have been in the organization for so long sometimes may feel threatened by that. Hence the term, the Ama2Ks or the Generation Zs are hard to work with. But should it be like that? If a man grows with masculine energy in the room, or in the house, shall I say, his chances of becoming a successful man are 5 times more as compared to someone who is raised in a fatherless home. Now, ladies and gentlemen, these are the kind of statistics that we shouldn't be competing in. The United States of America is standing at a staggering rate of 23% at the rate of fatherlessness. That alone is concerning, ladies and gentlemen, because statistics such as these shouldn't be mentioned at all. But surprisingly, that is today's trend. And it is an epidemic, or although it is being neglected by many. There is a famous quote by the former President of the United States, Barack Obama, that says, if a father isn't present in their house, the son will find a father in the streets. And if the streets are your father, the judge becomes your mother, and the prison becomes your home. That has been the reality of many young men on this so-called earth. So as I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, I would appreciate it if all the men that are in the room to become fathers to the young sons and daughters that do not have fathers. A few words of positivity can change a person's life, can change a child's life. So dear men, let's go out there and be the fathers that we were meant to be. It might not be your biological son, it might not be your biological daughter, but just be there for them. That alone can change a life. Thank you.